Good morning, friends. Welcome to Guidance Room. In today's topical, we are going to discuss on a new topic which we have come across as far as current affairs is concerned. The topic is regarding windfall taxes. I come again, windfall taxes. The government of India currently projects that in the year financial 2023, they would be able to mop up around 40,000 crore Indian rupees with help of windfall taxes. What are these windfall taxes, my friends? If I can explain you the technical terms behind it, let me give you the exact verbatim which explains about windfall taxes. Then we can go into the details of it. The verbatim comes over here is that a windfall tax is a tax levied by governments against certain industries when economic conditions allow those industries to experience above average profits. Basically, my friends, what does it mean is, say for example, I am a company and I am charging say 100 rupees to you guys, okay, as a consumer for this particular video. But suddenly, global change pressures come into play and they lead to change in my revenue without my input cost being the same, or without any change in my input cost. If it is, say, my input cost is 50 rupees and it is staying stagnant, it is static, and suddenly a change comes up where my income from generating from you guys goes to say 200 rupees. So my profit is now, earlier was 50 rupees, now it has jumped up to 150 rupees. So that profit, without any change into my input cost, that profit has shot up. Now, in order to mop up that particular profit or to mediate it into make it some economic sense out of it, this change in profit came out because of certain global situations. Alright? And that profit is me as a company for me. What government does is, government charges a extra surcharge on this particular profit. That is known as windfall tax. This sudden change in a profit of a company over an average sudden change in a profit, that profit is taxed by government. This is not necessarily done only by government of India. This is being done by many countries in the world. This was first expected to be seen in a country called as Mongolia, which is north of China. In that particular country, they started charging this windfall taxes for explorations of their natural resources. In India, at this particular moment, what government of India is targeting is the crude oil companies, where they produce oil as well as export it and import it. Currently, as you guys are very well aware, that the prices of crude oil in the global markets has been fluctuating at a very high bandwidth. It was very high, say maybe it was more than $100 per barrel a few days back. And at this moment, as I am recording this particular video, that is in the range of $90 per barrel at this particular moment. It could go up again, it could go down again. Now this change in oil prices was because of a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. And that has led to a huge amount of profit, a sudden over and above average profit for oil companies. To mitigate this, at this particular moment as well, countries like India, a developing country like India, has many challenges, particularly into social sectors. We are a country which was hit by COVID. Everyone was hit by COVID, but specifically with respect to us, we have a large migrating population. We have a large migrating labor population. We have many social sector schemes which have to be funded in some or the other way, because a country like us needs those. It could be with respect to your education, your midday meal scheme, your health scheme, etc., etc., etc. In order to sponsor those, government of India decided to charge this windfall tax. Alright, and with help of this charge, it is expecting that it could collect about rupees 40,000 crores in financial year 2023. My friends, this windfall tax is not necessarily a tax which is always mandatorily applied. According to this particular news that we are reading in newspapers right now, is that government has given a lower threshold boundary as well. That, say for example, the oil barrel goes less than $75, then that windfall tax will not be applicable and you will come out of that particular bracket. As well as if that particular company, say in this context, petroleum or say oil producing company, is somewhere is located in a special economic zone, says, then as well those companies will not be charged of this windfall taxes. Now there are pros of this particular windfall tax as well as cons of this particular windfall tax depending upon which side you are on. A government, say for example ours, a developing country's government requires to put such kind of taxes to maybe generate economic resources for social sector schemes. But for a private company, for them, it eats out into their profits. And they feel that if they have a surplus profit, then they can reinvest that particular surplus money within their own company and maybe hire more people or maybe even give more salaries. Indirectly, they are trying to say that they are going to help the country itself in the same way by maybe increasing the employee salaries or even hiring more and more employment, that is creating employment. Now, there are both the sides of the coin. At this particular moment, everyone runs by a rule. Government decides how a particular tax system works, how a particular finance system works, and right now the government of India has decided to put in windfall taxes and everyone has to comply with it. My friends, if there is anything else that you need to know about it, please feel free to ask me in comment section, or there must be a number flashing out over here. We have come out with various our batches which will be in our centers across Mumbai, Pune, Dapoli, Pen, and if you want to know about it, please feel free to get back in touch with us. Thank you. Good day.